Artificial intelligence is no longer science fiction. It's a force rapidly reshaping our world. Are you ready to glimpse a future where technology redefines what it means to be human? Let's start with the fundamental question. What is artificial intelligence? For many, the term conjures up images from sci-fi movies, world-conquering robots, or all-powerful super machines. But the reality, as always, is more complex and much more interesting. At its core, AI is a field of computer science dedicated to creating systems that can perform tasks that traditionally require human intelligence. This includes learning, reasoning, problem-solving, perception, and language understanding. It's key to understand that there are two main types of AI. The first is narrow or weak AI. These are systems designed to perform a single specific task and often do it better than humans. Examples are all around us. Recommendation systems in online stores, voice assistants on smartphones, facial recognition algorithms, and even chess programs. They have no consciousness or general intelligence, but they're incredibly efficient in their area of expertise, posing no threat like you see in movies. The second type is general or strong AI, which remains a dream and a subject of scientific debate. This is a hypothetical system capable of performing any intellectual task that a human can, and even more. Such AI would have the ability to learn, understand, adapt, and be creative across a wide range of fields, much like the human mind. This type of AI is often the star of fantasy stories, inspiring both admiration and apprehension. So how do these systems learn? The key concept here is machine learning, an approach where the AI system isn't explicitly programmed to perform a task, but learns from data instead. Imagine showing a child hundreds of pictures of cats and dogs, and eventually they start to tell the difference. Machine learning works similarly. Algorithms analyze huge volumes of data, identifying patterns and creating models that are then used for prediction or classification. This allows AI to find solutions independently, without requiring a human to write out every possible scenario. A subset of machine learning is deep learning, which mimics the workings of the human brain using neural networks. These networks consist of multiple layers of neurons, each processing information and passing it on. The deeper the network, the more complex the patterns it can identify. Deep learning is behind the impressive advancements in speech recognition, image processing, and even text generation that we admire today. So AI isn't a mystical superintelligence, but a complex set of technologies and algorithms that allow machines to imitate and automate intelligent processes. We're at the beginning of a journey where narrow AI is already transforming our everyday lives. And general AI is waiting in the wings, raising many questions about the future. Understanding these basics is the first step towards grasping the scope of the coming revolution. Did you know that the ideas about artificial intelligence emerged long before computers existed? Ready to journey through the history of thinking machines to understand how we got to today's breakthroughs? The history of artificial intelligence isn't just a series of technical inventions. It's a fascinating journey of thought that began long before the advent of computers. The ancient Greeks dreamed of mechanical assistants and alchemists of golems. But the first serious steps toward creating thinking machines were taken in the 20th century. A key moment was the emergence of calculating machines. In 1950, Alan Turing proposed his famous Turing Test, asking, Can a machine fool a human into thinking they're communicating with another person? This test became a benchmark for assessing the intellectual capabilities of AI. The real birth of AI as a scientific discipline is considered to be the Dartmouth Conference of 1956. There, a group of scientists, including John McCarthy and Marvin Minsky, first used the term artificial intelligence. They were full of optimism, predicting the imminent creation of full-fledged AI. However, the early decades were full of both successes and disappointments. Programs emerged that could solve math problems, play checkers, and even imitate conversation. ELIZA, 1966. But these systems were fragile, working only in strictly defined conditions. This led to the first AI winter in the 1970s, when funding and interest in research declined significantly. The revival of interest occurred in the 1980s with the development of expert systems, programs that mimicked human expert decision-making. They were used in medicine and finance, but required enormous effort to encode knowledge and didn't adapt well to new data. The real breakthrough began in the 1990s and 2000s. In 1997, IBM's Deep Blue computer defeated world chess champion Garry Kasparov, showing the incredible power of computational algorithms. This was an example of narrow AI, but an impressive one. The true revolution came with the advent of big data, increased computing power, especially thanks to graphics processing units, GPUs, and the development of machine learning and then deep learning algorithms. In 2012, a neural network trained on a huge dataset of ImageNet images showed outstanding results in object recognition, surpassing traditional methods. This event catalyzed the current rapid development of AI. Since then, we've witnessed unprecedented achievements, from AlphaGo, which defeated the world Go champion, to self-driving cars, from speech and facial recognition systems to generative models capable of creating realistic images and coherent texts. Each new year brings discoveries that until recently seemed like science fiction. This evolution isn't just technological progress, it's a change in the very understanding of the possibilities of intelligence. You might not even realize how deeply artificial intelligence has penetrated your daily life. From your smartphone to your smart home, it's already there, working as an invisible assistant you might not even know exists. You're probably used to your smartphone recognizing your face to unlock it, or suggesting words you want to type. This isn't magic. It's the everyday work of artificial intelligence. And there are thousands of examples around us. AI has become an invisible helper that subtly but radically improves our lives. Let's start with your pockets. Smartphones are a real treasure trove of AI technologies. Voice assistants like Siri, Google Assistant, or Alexa use sophisticated speech and natural language recognition algorithms to understand your commands and answer questions. Phone cameras use AI to improve image quality, automatically correct light, recognize scenes, and even create a bokeh effect. Predictive text in messages, personalized app recommendations, battery life optimization. All this is thanks to AI. Let's move on to the house. Smart thermostats learn your preferences and automatically adjust the temperature, saving energy. AI-powered security systems can distinguish pets from intruders, sending notifications only about real threats. Voice-activated speakers that control lighting or music also run on AI, interpreting your commands and interacting with other devices. On the internet, AI is ubiquitous. When you open Netflix or YouTube, AI algorithms analyze your preferences and suggest movies or videos you're likely to enjoy. Search engines like Google use AI to understand your query and return the most relevant results from billions of pages. Spam filters in your email, fraud detection systems in banks, personalized advertising you see on websites, it all works thanks to AI. Even in transportation, AI plays a key role. Modern navigators don't just show the way. They use AI to predict traffic jams and suggest optimal routes in real time. Driver assistance systems in cars, such as adaptive cruise control or lane keeping systems, already use AI elements to improve safety. And fully autonomous cars, although still in active testing, are the pinnacle of AI application in transportation. AI is also penetrating critical areas, such as medicine. It helps doctors make more accurate diagnoses by analyzing medical images, X-rays, MRIs, with high speed and accuracy. AI speeds up the development of new drugs by predicting which molecules will be most effective. Personalized medicine, which selects treatment based on the patient's genetic characteristics, is also unthinkable without AI. Thus, AI isn't just futuristic concepts, but a powerful tool that's already subtly but effectively integrated into our daily lives, making it more convenient, safer, and more efficient. It's become an integral part of our lives, often staying behind the scenes, but doing a huge amount of work. Imagine an AI system designed to help suddenly makes a wrong decision with far-reaching consequences. Or your personal information is used in a completely unexpected way. This isn't a scenario from a dystopia, but real questions that inevitably arise with the development of artificial intelligence. The triumphant march of artificial intelligence across the planet is not only endless possibilities, but also a number of serious challenges that require deep reflection. After all, every powerful technology capable of changing the world for the better also carries the potential for undesirable consequences. And our task as a society is to learn how to manage this potential, ensuring that progress doesn't turn into new problems. One of the main ethical issues arising in the development of AI is the problem of bias, or the so-called bug in the data. AI is trained on huge amounts of information created by people. If this data contains human biases, racial, gender, social, then AI will not only reproduce them, but may also amplify them. We're already seeing examples of facial recognition algorithms working worse with certain ethnic groups, or hiring systems discriminating against candidates on non-obvious grounds. This raises the question of fairness and equality in the age of AI, requiring developers to be mindful and carefully check training data. Another dilemma is responsibility. Who's to blame if an autonomous car driven by AI has an accident? The algorithm developer, the car manufacturer, the owner, or the AI itself? Clear legal and ethical frameworks for such situations are still being formed. This is especially true in areas such as medicine, where AI decisions can cost a person's life, and where maximum transparency and explainability of algorithms is required. Security and data privacy issues also come to the fore. Huge amounts of information, including personal data, are required for AI to function effectively. How do we guarantee their protection against leaks and misuse? Cybercriminals are already actively using AI to create more sophisticated phishing attacks and malware. In addition, deepfake technologies, which allow you to create hyper-realistic fake videos and audio, threaten confidence in information, and can be used for disinformation and manipulation, requiring the development of new methods of content authentication. And of course, we can't ignore the impact of AI on the labor market. Many fear mass unemployment, as AI and robots can replace humans in routine, repetitive tasks. Drivers, cashiers, workers on assembly lines, their professions are threatened by automation. However, history shows that technological progress not only destroys old jobs, but also creates new ones. There will be specialists in AI training, ethical auditors of algorithms, operators and repairmen of new systems. The main challenge here isn't the loss of jobs per se, but the need for large-scale retraining and adaptation of the workforce to new realities, investment in education and new skills. Thus, the development of AI requires not only a technological breakthrough, but also a deep social, ethical, and even philosophical understanding. We must not only create smart machines, but also learn to live with them, forming rules and values that ensure that this revolution serves the benefit of all mankind and doesn't generate new problems and inequalities. This is a difficult path, but it's inevitable, and its success depends on our ability to dialogue and work together. Even today, AI is capable of processing data millions of times faster than a human, and some experts predict that machines could reach the level of general intelligence by 2049. Are you ready to look beyond these numbers and find out what incredible breakthroughs and opportunities await humanity in the very near future? If the previous section made us think about the challenges, now it's time to look beyond the horizon and imagine where this incredible technology is heading. Artificial intelligence is on the verge of new, sometimes mind-blowing discoveries that can turn our understanding of possibilities and the future of mankind upside down. One of the main goals of researchers remains the creation of the so-called strong or general AI, AGI, artificial general intelligence. This isn't just a system capable of performing narrow tasks, but a mind that can learn, reason, understand, and apply knowledge in any field, like a human. When will this happen? Predictions vary, from a few decades to centuries. But if AGI is created, it will be one of the greatest events in history. Such AI will be able to independently conduct research, invent new technologies, and solve global problems that now seem insurmountable to us. Another exciting direction is the symbiosis of man and machine. This isn't about replacement, but about complementing human capabilities. Imagine neuro-interfaces that allow you to directly exchange thoughts with a computer or control prostheses with the power of thought. Active developments are already underway in the field of brain implants that can restore lost functions or even improve cognitive abilities. This opens the way to an augmented human, where natural intelligence harmoniously merges with artificial, giving us new opportunities for perception, creativity, and interaction with the world. AI will also become a powerful catalyst for scientific discovery. In medicine, it will help not only in diagnostics, but also in the development of personalized drugs, predicting their effectiveness for a particular patient. In materials science, AI will design new materials with desired properties. In astronomy, it will be able to analyze telescope data, identifying patterns and discovering new planets and galaxies at a speed unattainable for humans. AI will accelerate research in climate change, energy, and many other areas critical to the planet. Don't forget the creative possibilities. Generative AIs are already creating music, writing poems, drawing pictures, and even shooting short films. In the future, these tools will become even more sophisticated, allowing artists, musicians, and writers to push the boundaries of their creativity, as well as democratizing the process of content creation. AI can become not just a tool, but a co-author, offering ideas and bringing them to life. Finally, AI is capable of helping humanity cope with global challenges. It can optimize logistics and agriculture to combat hunger, develop new methods of cleaning water and air, and predict natural disasters. In the future, AI may become a key tool for colonizing other planets, managing autonomous missions, and helping to create new habitats. Of course, all these predictions require a responsible approach and careful control to avoid potential risks. But the potential for positive change, for unprecedented progress, and the expansion of human capabilities seems limitless. We're on the threshold of an era where AI can become our greatest ally in shaping the future. What does it mean to be human when machines start to think, create, and even feel? We're on the threshold of not just a technological, but a deep existential revolution that will forever change our place in the universe and make us rethink the very concept of humanity. The era of artificial intelligence has arrived, and it's not just changing our technologies, but reshaping the very fabric of human existence. We've come a long way from ancient dreams of thinking machines to their ubiquitous presence in our lives, discussed incredible prospects and serious challenges. Now it's time to understand the most important thing: how this revolution transforms us, our society, and our understanding of what it means to be human. The impact of AI on society is already deeply felt. Automation is not only changing the labor market, it requires us to constantly learn, retrain, and adapt to new roles. AI is becoming a tool for managing cities, optimizing energy networks, and even shaping public opinion. New forms of social interaction are emerging, where digital assistants turn into companions, and algorithms determine our consumer habits and information flows. This creates both huge opportunities for increasing efficiency and comfort, and risks of increasing social inequality and loss of control over personal information. Culture is also undergoing dramatic changes. AI artists, musicians, and writers are already challenging traditional notions of creativity. We see the emergence of new genres of art created in collaboration with machines, and hear music written by algorithms. AI is changing the way content is created and consumed, making it more personalized, but at the same time raising questions about originality, authorship, and the value of human contribution. Cultural heritage can be digitized and preserved with unprecedented accuracy, but it can also be reinterpreted or even distorted through the lens of machine perception. However, the deepest question that the AI era poses to us concerns our self-determination. If machines can think, create, and in the future, perhaps feel, then what is the uniqueness of the human mind? Is our consciousness just a very complex algorithm? AI forces us to re-ask fundamental questions about the nature of intelligence, emotions, creativity, and even the soul. Perhaps our true strength lies not in the ability to logic or calculations, where AI already surpasses us, but in such qualities as empathy, intuition, moral choice, the ability to self-reflect and search for meaning. We're learning to coexist with intelligent systems that are becoming increasingly complex and autonomous. This era requires not only technological literacy, but also ethical maturity. We're going to have to develop new social norms, legal frameworks, and philosophical concepts that will allow us to integrate AI into our lives in such a way that it serves our highest goals and doesn't undermine them. This is a process of continuous dialogue between scientists, politicians, philosophers, and ordinary people. Ultimately, the AI revolution is not just a story about machines, it's a story about ourselves. About the evolution of the human species into a new technological reality. It's a mirror in which we see our limitless possibilities and our deepest limitations. It's a chance to rethink what it means to be human in a world where the line between natural and artificial is becoming increasingly blurred. And how we answer these questions will determine not only the future of AI, but the future of all mankind. We're not just observers. We're active participants in this transformation. And our decisions today will determine what our common tomorrow will be. We've come an incredible distance from the first ideas to the upcoming horizons of artificial intelligence, which is already changing humanity. If you want to continue exploring the most important technological and philosophical questions of the future with us, subscribe to the Epoch Echoes channel and like this video. Your support helps us create more content like this.